Hello YouTubers, my name is Axe Factor. Welcome back to some Battlefield 4 Tanker Tuesday. On the beautiful seas on Naval Strike, Conquest Size Large, spawning into B attack boat, giving our team 3 versus their 2. Now, two things just happened there. Either he shot my TV missile down, or it was just a dust. They now do 35 damage on most armor inland, and then of course attack boats. No more 40 hits. So what used to happen when the TV missile got shot down? You could do it before, it'd kill the pilot. And what's best for that? Probably the burst fire for the attack boats. You could literally shoot the pilot out across the map. But this TV missile acts a lot differently. It's been nerfed in several different ways. First off, it travels a lot faster. Now to combine with that is far less maneuverable, and the range has been reduced greatly. And now you can't quick fire them. You used to be able to shoot a TV missile, hit the vehicle escape, which would take you out of the TV missile camera, but that TV missile would still fly straight, allowing you to switch to your primary or shoot the second TV missile if you had them both loaded up. And I'm in a pretty tough spot, taking angle damage from both doorways. Try to keep this thing moving because I am critically disabled. My damage is pretty high right now, but to protect the guys on the back, as one guy either got out or shot off. And that's something I profess all the time. Keep that attack boat moving. It's really hard to when you're disabled. You're like basically a floating snail at that point, but every little bit of movement helps, especially if there's a DMR or bolt action, and we're just kind of taking a peek in here. There's several times I'm going to be driving around the map to break line of sight to give my repair guy, shout out to him, some time to repair us, because we get banged on quite a few times, because at certain points the engineers are just running at us, as you see some hit markers in that room, and I'm trying to juggle my reload times right now because you use your primary a lot more. So as you can see, dodging incoming fire, RPGs, straws, and smalls is very hard when going in reverse. Pop my APS all the way down to 7 or 8, back up, now try to start breaking some line of sight. And that's what these formations are great out here, or a flag that's not flashing in the wide open space. And if it's a normal vehicle, those attack boats are down for a minute and a half. So that's why I'm always looking at my big map. Where's their helicopter? Do they own the attack chopper? Because that's something that they can have off the break. There's an extra attack boat, and there is an attack chopper. Tons of splash, no kills, steal a quick reload. Go back in. But it's a little too hot. I'm going to pass that up because one quick disable with my APS being down, that's a 4-bang. And the last thing I want to do is give them back the attack boat if they cap B, and here's a problem. Here's where you see the TV missile issue. Usually I would have quick switched to both TV missiles, shot them both in a split second because he's right in front of us, but I can't do that now. There used to be an 1/8 of a second delay between when you could shoot those TV missiles if you early escape. Remember, if you hit the vehicle exit button, it allows that TV missile to fly straight, and you could simply fire the second one. There could be 2 in the air at one moment if it was a medium-range target or disabled target. Remember, they can act like torpedoes. They can go into the waves, such as Perisal Storm, when the storm kicks up, and still hit and fly straight. So you can still do that, but you can't just double down the TV missiles anymore. And there's a huge cooldown. It is seriously 5 or 6 seconds, which feels like a lifetime. So now, instead of baiting people into popping APS with my primary, I'd usually start a fight opening up with my primary, depending if they saw me or not, making them pop APS, so I'd still have 10 to 15 shots left with my primary, quick switch 2 TV missiles, get that 80 damage on them, wait for that APS to be down, then just finish them off with the primary. You can't do that anymore. So, and not to mention, the TVs don't hit boats for 40 anymore. They hit for 35, and it does not matter the angle. And they can still go through APS. So that's something to think about when you're getting into these battles with armor, whether it's a rib, which will still hit for 80, or if it's an attack boat, it'll hit for 35. The only good news out of all this TV missile nerfing is it does one-bang jets. Instead of leaving them at 19 health where they can come out of their critical disable and fly away, it will one-bang them and hits any attack chopper, Little Bird Scout for 92 or so, 93. That means they're on fire, they're quickly burning. If they don't have a rep, they're going to die within split seconds. So with a Little Bird or Scout, they might have that rep, but usually attack choppers are just shit out of luck and they're simply going to die. And that's a twat. That's not a good spot. I hate being this close to land. I usually like working my side of the island because you don't know who's hiding in these heals. I popped APS because I don't know where that came from, and that bought me time to figure it out. I want to minimize the damage my crew's taking in the back, whether it's small arms or RPG straws or smalls, because those can connect. They kill the guys off the back, and whenever I'm in a battle with another boat, I always go for the back of the boat. The rep guy, the guys on the miniguns, and remember, depending on what boat they have, if it's the Chinese boat, those miniguns in the back can actually look forward. They both can look forward. They have a bonus angle. So TV missiles against helicopters, this whole nerf thing has me changing how I approach situations. Usually I would TV a helicopter across the map, attack Little Bird or Scout, and not think twice. Popping APS, 14 health. Remember how I said I like to protect people in the back? I absolutely 100% failed as my guy repairing gets back in. I failed. I exposed them. We got disabled. They all died from the boom boom in the back. So here's an example of us breaking line of sight once again, getting back to 100 health. And that is a hard bend. That's it. That was the max bend allotted by the new TV missile. That would have been a no-brainer before. I would have been able to bend that like Beckham, but now I'm bending it like a junior varsity scrub who can't bend their shots yet. So if I try to play soccer, that would be how I would be able to bend it probably after a couple months of trying. It'd be horrible and pointless. So you really have to think twice. I've had pretty good luck lining them up with jets if I catch them on a strafe, but remember, you can't start that super far out. Number one, they're going to see it, they're going to pull off. And number two, the range. You simply don't have the range to be TV missile in jets that are flying in and strafing other people. It's usually basically to protect yourself. And there's a little Dustarino as we finish him off with the help of my gunners, and they're on the 50 cal. No TV missile though. Even if I did have one, I wouldn't be able to quick switch that, which I used to just quick switch that and shoot the 50 cal down. He would go boom, and off we would go. Low health, my rep guys back in. I allowed them to die again, but that's what's going to happen in a round like this. When you've got them pinned into a couple flags and the vehicles are wrecking, most guys are going to roll engineer and the bombing will happen. That's what's about to happen here as bodies are flying. I've got my side exposed, very big angle, and I popped APS too soon. I thought the bomb was coming, but I kind of misjudged that by about 5.5 seconds. Down to 38, 39 health. Even the law is jumping in for 20 plus damage, and everybody has a shoulder-filed missile. So that's my bad. I bit off more than I could chew at that given moment. If it was stayed back, pick some kills at range, work that ticket, bleed to our advantage, not gone in balls deep, we probably would have been fine. But this is just an absolute hotbed now. And here's a little bonus action with the UMP-45. Remember, all the PDWs have been changed, and I've been messing around with heavy barrel on this thing, and I actually took it back off, and just a little too hot. Gonna have one more crack at spawning back in, and we're about to all cap these guys because there's a party upstairs, and I wasn't invited, so we're gonna show up just a little bit late to this as I see this guy's gun sticking out and just basically start pre-firing. The hip fire on this thing with the UMP-45 and the laser sight is actually really good, and I'm surprised by it. And at that point, I can strafe and shoot because I'm usually the stop, pop, shoot type of guy. And here's the party. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this week's episode of Tanker Tuesday. As always, YouTubers, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you guys soon.